Holy Martyr Ioann Pokrovskiy was born on the 2nd of July 1876 in Воздвиженский churchyard of Ruza County of Moscow Province, to the family of deacon of the Church of the Exaltation of Holy Cross Semyon Pokrovskiy. But on the land of Ruza the Pokrovskys did not live for long. On the 7th of November 1877, Father Semyon was ordained a priest to the Church of Saint Nicholas the Miracle Maker in the village of Oksynino of Kolomna County of the same province. On the 5th of January 1889, another son, Alexander, was born to the family of the priest. The sons followed their father's footsteps. In 1890, Ivan finished the Ikonospasskaya Spiritual College, while in 1896 he graduated from Moscow Spiritual Seminary and was appointed a teacher at the parish school of the village of Oksynino of Kolomna County of Moscow Province, where his father served. On the 18th of August 1897, Ivan Semyonov Pokrovskiy, the teacher of a parish school of the village of Oksynino, married Maria, the daughter of deacon of the Church of Elijah the Prophet of the village of Turovo, Alexei Vasilyev Levshinsky, and soon was ordained a deacon to the Church of Elijah the Prophet, replacing his father-in-law. In 1898, son Sergei was born to the young family, while in 1899, son Vasily. By the 1st of January 1910, Deacon Ioann was ordained a priest to the Church of the Resurrection of Christ in the village of Kondrzewo of Kolomna County of Moscow Province. On the 21st of April 1916, priest of the Resurrection Church of the village of Kondrzewo, Ioann Pokrovskiy, was appointed to the Church of the Intercession of Virgin Mary of the village of Chirkino of the same county. At the Intercession Church, Father Ioann served for more than 20 years. In 1937, being ordained an archpriest and being appointed the rural dean of Malina district. In late 1930s, during the persecutions aiming to arrest priests of the Intercession Church of the village of Chirkina, Ioann Pokrovskiy, and other faithful who helped him, the NKVD officers questioned people who might agree to give false evidence. The teacher of a local school in the village of Chirkina testified. In September 1937, near our school, Pokrovskiy, unknowingly of his religious propaganda, told children the following: "Pray to God, and then you will study better. Do not be Satan's followers." I often notice Pokrovskiy talking to children. That is clear, as during breaks on religious holidays children go to church and put candles there. The school is just 10 meters away from the church. In summertime, when people at the church sing, it is heard at school. Now the church threatens us to take our school building as it belongs to the church. Moreover, the dome of the church developed cracks and leaned a bit, so in spring it can fall onto the school. One of the villagers testified. In August 1937, during meetings on Stalin's constitution, Pokrovskiy said that the constitution was only for Bolsheviks and not for poor people that were plundered by the Soviet authorities. In the constitution it was written that there was liberty, but what this liberty was? If peasants were plundered, bells were taken off. It was the persecutions of Orthodox peasants. According to the evidence of false witnesses, the arrest warrant of priest Ioann Pokrovskiy was signed by the NKVD of Moscow region. There it was written that in the village of Chirkino lives Ivan Semyonovich Pokrovskiy, who both before and after the revolution until this very moment worked and works as a priest. In 1937 he was ordained an archpriest and appointed the rural dean of Malina district. Being dissatisfied with the current regime, he agitates in the anti-Soviet way, and grew especially insolent after the constitution and elective constitution to the Supreme Soviet were issued. He slandered the Soviet government and chairman of the party, as well as kolkhoz building. His house is often visited by wandering clergymen of not only Malina but also Kolomna and Ozeri districts and others. As a result, horse and pig virus was brought, while 3 horses have been recently stolen from the barn. The Pope, during the talks on this topic, says that it is the punishment of God, that people need to go to church and pray to God. On the 27th of January 1938, the authorities arrested Archpriest Ioann and put him behind bars in Kashira. The next day, the priest was questioned. According to the materials we have, among the population you expressed your hostility towards the Soviet authorities. I cannot remember any talks when there were any words hostile towards the Soviet authorities, except for the words appealed to the faithful to pray for the innocent people who were imprisoned by the Soviet authorities. Among the faithful you have said that the Soviet authorities oppress the church and clergymen, also slandering the Soviet government. I have told the faithful that there is no allowance to serve at a parish freely, while earlier it was allowed. From one hand, it is written that religious rights are allowed, while from another hand, we do not see this freedom. I give you the excerpt from the evidence about your counter-revolutionary activity. Do you accept your words? I deny this, as I told nobody anything like this. It is known that you have organized a group of wandering clergymen of Malina, Kolomna, and other districts. Do you accept this? I accept that the clergymen of Malina, Kolomna, and other districts visited me. On the 16th of February, the priest was questioned by the investigators once again. Who visited you in your flat? I was visited by the wife of the priest of the village of Botnikova, who came on the 18th of January 1938 and told that her husband, Sergei Andreevich Orlov, was arrested by the NKVD. 2 years ago, I was visited by the priest of the village of Mesherina, Famintsev, while in autumn 1937 I was visited by the priest of the village of Fedorovskaya, Ioann Pokrovskiy. What talks did you have with the clergyman that visited you? During visits of the priests, we talked with priest Famintsev that according to the constitution, religious rights must be allowed, but indeed to serve at a parish is not allowed by the authorities on the presence of bringing some viruses. We think it is not right. I had no talks with priest Pokrovskiy about Soviet authorities. Who have you visited? I mean from the clergymen. I have visited Figurina, Kutova, Kornieva, priests Famintsev and Mikhail Pokrovskiy. We talked about religious rights and how the faithful should go to church. There were talks that the Soviet authorities do not allow to serve at a parish. Famintsev told me, now it is very difficult to live as the Soviet authorities oppress good people. Then Famintsev added that we should bear all the hardships. There were no other talks against Soviet authorities. According to the materials we have, among collective farmers of the villages of Chirkino and Sherbinino, you expressed hostility towards Soviet authorities. I did not agitate among collective farmers against Soviet authorities. I only preached every time that the faithful should pray for the best people who were imprisoned by the Soviet authorities. Do you accept your guilt in anti-Soviet agitation among the collective farmers, as well as in organizing a counter-revolutionary group in the village of Chirkino? There was no any anti-Soviet agitation among the collective farmers. I was only dissatisfied with the fact that serving at a parish was not allowed by the Soviet authorities. The interrogation was over. On the 21st of February, for systematic anti-Soviet and counter-revolutionary agitation aimed at ruining nearby collective farms, as well as active religious and anti-Soviet slander, the NKVD Troika of Moscow region sentenced him to capital punishment. On the 26th of February 1938, the members of Church Council, Anna Kornieva, Domna Kotova, Perposta Natalia Figurina, and Archpriest Ioann Pokrovskiy were executed and buried in the unmarked mass grave on Butva firing range area near Moscow. In 2001, Archpriest Ioann Pokrovskiy was canonized as a new martyr and confessor of Russia.